Hello everyone, this is Dice Master Devlin, the Dungeon Dice Dad, with one of many Dice Master Devlin's anecdotes. Well, for those of you that have been following my Instagram page for a while now, this is going to be the beginning of one of many vlogs. Basically, just kind of chronicling a combination of my history with the game, as well as my history with dual monsters and what led up to this, for that matter, at times. So, the first thing I would like to cover here is my theory on why Dungeon Dice Monsters failed in the West. Well, I mean, I've seen this covered by numerous YouTube creators over the years, and a lot of them kind of point to the price of entry. Some of them point to the like. Some of them just point up to the bad marketing or what have you. This thing was not marketed badly. Like there was a lot. There was quite a bit of hype surrounding this game, at least in regards to where like my circle was concerned, anyway. And the other really funny thing is that a lot of times, whenever I bring up the game to people in public, like they light up, they get excited about it. And a lot of people that get excited about it have never actually played the game. That's the funny thing. But I think I might actually have a pretty semi-solid reason for as to why the game failed in the West, and it all boils down to one thing: distribution. Because Konami used Mattel as a distributor. And keep in mind that Mattel also distributed Konami's toys as well, like for Yu-Gi-Oh, including those small figurines that have nothing to do with the that have like nothing to do with the game. They're just collectible figures just for fun. And not to mention also Mattel designing Mattel distributing the first dual disc as well. But the other funny thing though is that the when you would find the game in the wild, or at least from my personal experience, which that's one thing you'll all learn quickly, is that I've had a lot of personal experience with this game back when it was like actually you could actually buy the figures and starter sets in stores. It was the fact that the starter set and the booster packs were, instead of being sold behind the counter or like anywhere near where you would find the trading cards, instead you would find them in in like the same section of a toy store where you would also find the other like Yu-Gi-Oh toys, or like a toy section at Walmart or what have you. And because of this, though, a lot of times these booster packs got lifted, or at the very least, like ripped into. I mean, it was rare that you ever found one that was like untouched. A lot of times, like you see like the people putting like tape back on or what have you. And the other issue was that like the booster packs, like I was pretty. I'll admit, as a player, I was pretty deflated the first time I opened one, because I thought I would be getting at least like 3 figures out of what I paid for it. But I was like, I'm spending the exact same amount of money for one figure and a card, and a really cheap looking card, I might add. And for the same amount of money that I'll be spending on a pack of 9 cards. Like just didn't exactly add up with me. But I mean, the point of the price of entry though wasn't nearly as bad as most people might think, though. At least in comparison to other like miniature war games or what have you. I mean, shoot, it really all depended on where you bought it for the most part. But uh, it's kind of tragic though that it fell as flat as it did, because there were quite a few like quality of life improvements that were added to the English game, including including the dungeon paths, the fact that there was not fold out dice, which, as much as people would ideally like to see that happen, didn't work out as well as you might think, as I also quickly discovered, because I also own a Japanese starter set. And more on as to why I own a Japanese starter set later, because that is a bit of a funny story. But really, that is really why I think that it happened. It was really all because of distribution. And honestly, I would like to hear other people's experiences finding the game of the wild, if anybody did, for that matter. And you see that, and that's the whole point of this vlog series, is mainly to spark discussion with people. Because keep in mind that a lot of what I'm describing here isn't so much historical information as much as it is anecdotal. I'm sharing my own personal experiences with a lot of this, and as well as personal theory. So a lot of this isn't quite fact per se, rather an old man sharing his memories. So, as always, here's hoping for the future, y'all.